What's up, guys? So, I've been thinking a lot about kind of finding a way to express thoughts in a more, let's go with polite manner for now. As a lot of you guys know, I am fairly active on Facebook. Um, what I found is that while that's a great way to communicate, because it allows you to post sources and see what people actually said, um, often tone gets lost, and people can think that you are coming across as a lot more generally angry than you actually are, but sometimes more arrogant than you actually are. So I figured I would try out the video format. So I'm just going to kind of start this video as an introductory sort of a purpose statement. And apologies for the circumstances. This is our storage and office room. We haven't really made it nice or anything, but it's a good place for me to come when I'm working on my master's program homework. Anyways, sidetrack. The purpose of this is to encourage rational discussion about important topics, and primarily with an emphasis on encouraging speaking on topics that you have taken a good amount of time to get up to speed on. One of the things that's probably my biggest pet peeve is that people feel like they need to have a strong opinion on either every topic or every topic that seems politically contentious. It's like, oh, it's a popular topic and lots of people have opinions, so I must have an opinion too, and not just an opinion, but a really strong one. And I think that's really foolish. It's completely okay. It's even commendable if someone asks you about a topic that you either know nothing about or know very little about to say, look, I don't know enough about that to have an opinion. Um, and I would even go so far as to say that you shouldn't have a strong opinion on something unless you know a lot about it. Even knowing a moderate amount, maybe you can say, I have a knee jerk reaction, I've got a preliminary opinion, but I'm still looking into it. Even if it's like, hey, I've spent a couple of weeks looking at this, that's probably not enough to even have an opinion that you're throwing out there. Like, do not do that. Look into it more. Um, Perhaps the easiest way to say it is your strength of opinion, your confidence in your opinion should be directly proportional to the amount of time you have spent researching that topic from scholarly sources, not watching fucking YouTube. As I say that on YouTube, hey. Um, but yeah, so the point is that you you should probably not be super confident in your opinion on any topic unless you have spent a lot of time looking into it. And your confidence should be proportional to the amount of time you have spent investing in that thing. Um, which is not to say that you can't talk about things before you have an opinion. It's perfectly okay to posit a question, to posit a theory, an idea, for the purpose of raising a discussion. And I will likely do that here at times. I will bring up topics that, I've thought about a little bit, and I'm curious to hear other people's thoughts, but but don't necessarily have a strong opinion on just yet. So, tracking back a little bit to the sources topic, when you're looking into this stuff, you should be reading books by qualified experts, probably people with doctorates in their subject, or at absolute least post high school education and lots of time working in the field. Um, Perhaps academic organizations that have a host of experts that come together and release frequent peer reviewed papers, not YouTube, not some fucking channel or blog where the guy or girl writing and talking is passionate but doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. You see this a lot these days where people they come at topics with a lot of confidence, a lot of bravado, maybe even a fair amount of theatrics, but no real substance, no content behind them. If you're some guy who lives in an attic and you have no formal time working in the field you're talking about, no formal degree, there's a very good chance that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Almost a guarantee, I would say. Of course, there's some, strange circumstances that you could probably imagine where there's an exception to that, but almost a guarantee, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So if you're getting your information from people like that, if you're getting your information from sources that lack scholarly backing, that lack formal expertise in the area, you yourself are probably not particularly educated on the topic, even if you spent a lot of time. Like if you're like, oh, I watch this YouTube channel and I peruse the internet for 3 hours a day, and I've been doing that for a year and a half. I'm really into this topic. But if all you do is read blogs and watch YouTube, you might be worse off than when you started because you've been getting bad information. You've been getting misinformation. You haven't been reading the scholarly sources. You're actually negatively exposed to the topic. You are less educated on the topic than when you knew nothing about it because those sources were so bad in general. There's always exceptions to this, but as a general rule, if you've been getting your information from blog sites or YouTube channels primarily or entirely, not only do you not know anything meaningful about that topic, but you probably know less than someone who's never looked into it in the sense that you have a bunch of wrong information stored up in your head. So find scholarly sources, not always government or academic, not always something from a university, although those are great sources. There are definitely other places that you can find credible and academic sources, but make sure the people that are producing the information have formal training and have time spent in the field, preferably both, but one or the other could be sufficient depending on the circumstances. So that's kind of the purpose of what I'm going to be talking about. Most of the time, I will be throwing out an opinion on a topic, and I will try to make it clear whether or not I am sufficiently educated on it that I'm throwing out a well-formed opinion, or whether I'm just saying, hey, this is something that I've thought about a fair amount, but not a lot. I want to hear other people's perspectives. And the goal is just to encourage rational debate, rational discussion. I encourage people to comment, to post links in the sources. Please, academic and scholarly stuff, if you post me to www.freedom.blog.net, I probably won't even look at it because it's such a worthless source. And even if I do, I'm going to tear into it with no respect because it doesn't deserve it. But yeah, I encourage you to come on and to post comments. Keep it respectful. If any of you are familiar with my Facebook page, coming here from my Facebook page, you know that I have pretty strict standards as far as respect. I'm going to maintain that here. Cursing is fine. Cursing at people, generally not. So there's a difference between saying fuck or that was fucking cool and fuck you asshole. Does that make sense? Those are different things. First, it's totally fine. You can throw out curse words all you want, but if you're sitting there saying, hey, dipshit, you're a fucking idiot, I'm probably just going to delete your comment, and if you keep it up, I'm going to block you. Keep it respectful, but please engage. Pretty much all opinions are welcome. If you start getting ridiculously racist or homophobic, then you've crossed a line, but for the most part, all opinions are welcome. I guess we'll see how this goes. Thanks, guys.